everyone, welcome to another episode. We want to kick this one off with just saying a huge thank you to everyone. We can't believe on one of our videos it just climbed and climbed. The new subscribers, welcome to the channel, and also those of you who have commented. It's just been amazing. We've not done an update for a little while, we were going to put this as like a little tutorial, but as you know yourself, when you've probably done things, it just didn't go to plan. We did a trial live. I don't know if any of you have seen that, if you want to check that one out. But again, learned things while doing that I will do a little bit differently. Not as many boring parts in together. But today is just talking about our inclines. We'd mentioned we needed to do these before, and we've now gone ahead and our inclines are in. We've done our bottom one here and our one up in the top corner as well. A shout out to one of our subscribers. Your idea of manhole cover was simply brilliant, so we are going to look at doing that today. But we wanted to share what we did do in the process. There is a website Rob used to work out the incline that we needed and the length. This was for our back section. We split it up into 4 sections just to make it a little bit easier on the workings out and the steady incline. And then again, for our bottom side, we realised that we had made a slight mistake on this one. We'd done our incline a bit too short, and our lengths of the gradient slightly changed on this, but it worked. So that was a bonus there. We've also, with our sections here, we've labelled them just if anything happens before we get them stuck down, we should then be able to figure out which ones are where. So Rob will go a little into the workings out for anybody that's new to this or anybody that maybe wants to see a different idea. And we're going to get on and try this manhole cover. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye.
Right, as Grace mentioned, we've actually gone onto a website, one I'll drop in the description below. Ideally, you want your inclines to be as shallow as possible. This front incline, we've got it at approximately a 2.6% gradient. We don't really want to go any higher than that, although I believe you can go up to about 4%. But when you've got older trains, such as some of the ones that we have here, you don't really want to push the motors too much. The rear incline, I believe, to be about 2.5%, so that should be okay as well. Ideally, if you can get it, then anything around a 1% incline is brilliant. But when you're working with the size of 00 gauge and a restricted space, then you do have to try and balance one with the other. But hopefully we'll get we'll get one of the locos running on it to test it in a while. We've got some track cleaning to do. But as Grace said, today we're going to go ahead and cut this manhole cover. That's just a very rough placement. We'll do a little bit of a time lapse on that one, hopefully, as long as it works out. Everything else hasn't gone really to plan this week, but we'll give it a go. Thanks very much. Right, so we're about to start cutting this board. You'll notice I've put 4 screws around the outside. The reason being is this board is actually sitting on top of another one, and I don't really want them to be loose after I've cut around the 4 corners. It'll just be rising up and everything like that. Now when we are cutting, what I've chosen to do is chosen a wood bit on the drill that's just ever so slightly larger than the actual cutting blade on the jigsaw. I might have to actually drill into all 4 corners, depending if I can get the turn radius on the jigsaw itself, but I highly doubt it, and I don't think it'll look very straight if I do. So what we're going to do is we're going to time lapse this, and hopefully you enjoy it. Thanks very much.
Okay everyone, as you can see, we've got this all cut. Quite a thickness that we had to, but we managed it. And we'll need a bit of tidying up around the edges, but it's now made it a lot easier to reach that back of the board, as you can see with Rob's hand. just be a lot easier for each. So we're going to get on now, tidy it up, but also look at putting a catch underneath just so that wood is easily removable, stays in place when we want it to, but we can remove it when we need to. Okay, we'll catch you shortly.
Right, so as Grace said, we've cut the piece now. We've had to obviously put 4 more screws onto the cutout piece because, again, as before, there are 2 layers to this. We need to keep one layer next to the other. We're also now going to put a support underneath so it actually sits level. But obviously we've got a lot of sawdust and trains don't mix, so it's vital that you actually clean up after yourself before starting to put the tracker back down and doing any running. And there it is. Obviously, a person with more knowledge, better tools, everything, possibly could have done a better job. Well, probably would have done a better job. But this is our first attempt. And this is obviously going to be hidden by scenics and grass and what have you, so you won't see the screws or the holes or anything like that. But it will make it a lot easier to lift trains up when they fall over.